let's talk about this last episode of Love After Lockup. But before we get to that, I just have to point out one thing. So Damond, we shared a clip like a week or two ago where Damond was live and he was trying to say that Goddess was pregnant. She was acting all hormonal. But then she went live the other day with Damond and she was smoking a bleezy. So I'm like, okay, is she really pregnant? Is she like pulling a Christian Rock where she's just smoking and she don't give a damn? I'm starting to think she may not be pregnant. Somebody in my comments was trying to say that she said in her live the other day that she isn't pregnant. So it's like, okay, if that's the case, why is Damond claiming she's pregnant? So I don't know what is true at this point, but I just felt like that was worth pointing out. But let's talk about this last episode. So Damond finally decided to show up at Bonita's after ghosting her for a good day or two. And as soon as he walked in that door, Bonita was like, I need you to get your ass to that bathroom right now. And he was all sketched out. He's like, bathroom? Why do you want me to go to the bathroom? I think low-key he was scared because he probably thought Bonita was probably trying to take him to the bathroom to beat his ass, because it seems like he has PTSD because she's probably beat his ass a few good times from all the shit that he's done to her. She just seems like one of those types. She seems feisty. Like, I would be scared of her when she gets mad. And that's how he seemed. And she's like, yeah, I want to take you to the bathroom. And that's kind of what I was thinking. I'm like, okay, is she trying to get him away from the cameras so she can beat his ass? And that's what he seemed scared of. But he went to the bathroom with her and she told him to pull his pants down so she could smell his penis to see if he's been sticking it in anybody else. And she's like, oh my god, I can tell you've been sticking it in somebody else because your balls are all droopy and that's what they look like, I guess, apparently, after you came. But I mean, he could also easily use the excuse, well, hey, you know, I jacked off or something. That's what I would say. But I mean, I didn't even know that was a thing, but apparently according to Bonita it is. And she smelled it and she said it was too clean, so she knows that he did something because he had to clean himself before he got home. So she knows that he was out doing something that he wasn't supposed to do. So she's side-eyeing Damond, and I think she's doing too much. Like, if you gotta get to the point where you're sitting there taking your man to the bathroom and you gotta smell his penis to see if he's cheating, you should have just already been broken up with the man, because that's doing too much. If you gotta go there, then is it really worth being in the relationship to begin with? After Bonita and Damond left the bathroom, they go back out there sitting on the couch, and Bonita was like, I want to know, point blank period, where the hell you were. And he said, I was at my mama's house, my tooth hurt. And Bonita was like, okay, well, why is your hair done? Why are you walking around with this big fat pile of money in your pocket? And Damond needs to get a damn bank account or a freaking safe or a wallet or something. You can't be walking around Baltimore with a stack that big, especially if you can't carry firearms. Like, that is not safe or smart at all to be doing. And he tried to tell Bonita, oh, this money's all for you, but he went and blew a big chunk of it at the strip club. So he was sitting there telling Bonita, yeah, I was at my mom's house. And Bonita was like, well, how'd you get your hair done? He's like, well, my mom's homegirl came over there and did it. And Bonita could just tell that something's up, since he didn't answer his phone calls. And she can tell that he's like purposely trying to trigger her and push her buttons and get her upset. Like, he's laughing in her face about the whole thing. And if that was him, I would be scared. I would not be trying to try Bonita, but he's trying to push her. But I think Bonita has already been around the block with him before, because she's like, I already know what you're trying to do. You're trying to push me to that point that I crash out so you can have an excuse to go with your other bitch. And I get that, because, you know, I've been in relationships with cheaters before who will purposely do that and push your buttons and turn something into nothing into something just so they can have an excuse to leave and cheat so they can't look like the bad guy when they do dip out. Then Damond was like, wait a minute, didn't you tell me you got me a cake? And she's like, oh yeah, I got your cake all right. And she went and got that cake that she punched and beat the shit out of and smashed all up. And then she decided to add like two of her little, what are they, little pancake penises she makes or whatever. She decided to add two little pancake penises in the middle for a nice little business advertisement. And then she put her engagement ring there and she's like, you can have this. And he's like, oh my god, like, what the hell am I supposed to do with this? He was just as confused as we were when he saw that cake with those two pancake penises. But she left the ring on the cake, so he picks it up and he gets to looking at it and he's like, wait a minute, this don't look like that fancy diamond ring that I dropped thousands on. So he puts the light up to it and he's like, you know what, this is fake as hell, and he can see right through it. And now it's all starting to make sense to him, because I guess like right after he got out, Bonita had the ring on and he went to see it, but she pulled it away really quick. And now he's like, damn, I can tell that she's being a sneaky little snake. And I think they've both been sneaky snakes to each other the whole relationship. I mean, we covered that video where she claimed at one point that he stole 2 of her cars without her permission, turned around and sold them, and then kept the money. Kind of pulled like a Kaylee, what Kaylee did to Michael. And she claimed he did that twice to her, and it sounds like he's been cheating on her for years now. Like, with how he's playing games with these 2 women, you can't tell me that he hasn't cheated on Bonita in the past. I just feel like they didn't fully open up about what they've gone through in the past and all the struggles. Like, we didn't hear about the cars, you know. I think they kind of just like watered down what they told us about their past issues on the show, and it's probably 20 times worse than it really is. But he noticed the ring was fake, and he's like, you take this bullshit ass ring back, and he threw the ring at her. And I was scared for Damond. I was like, Damond, do not be poking the bear like that. I was just waiting for Bonita to beat his ass. I was getting scared for him. But he was sitting there telling her, I sat there and I spent all this money, you're gonna do me like that. And Bonita, she knew she was caught red-handed, so she ran to the bathroom, she locked her ass in the bathroom, and he was in there beating on the door, and he's like, hey, I need you to turn on the Wi-Fi or give me the Wi-Fi password, because I need to call me an Uber or a ride. And it's like, okay, man, what the hell is wrong with your priorities? How are you walking around with this big fat sack of money in your pocket? Is it motion picture money? Is that not real money? That would be crazy, going to the strip club and spending motion picture money. But it's like, damn, if you really got money like that, then why have you been out for 4 days and you still haven't went and spent the little $50-$60 that you need to turn your phone on? I mean, some phones are more expensive than that, but you can easily go get like a Boost mobile phone and get a plan for that for a month. So why are you still walking out around without a phone if you got money like that? And then did you guys notice when he started walking up the stairs? I don't know if it was just me and I was seeing things, but it looked like to me he had a big ass hole in the back of his boxers. And why do men do that? And not all men do that, but the few times that I've messed with men who were in and out of prison, they had at least one pair of freaking boxers or underwear that had holes all in them. It's like, dude, you got all this money, go get your phone on, go get yourself a nice pair of boxers. That's what he needs to be focused on, not chasing these 2 women right now. He's been spending so much time getting his dick wet. He hasn't been spending no time on himself outside of this hair and the strip club. It's time to get his shit in order. But that's pretty much it, guys. And you know what is driving me crazy? The past 2 weeks, they've been showing these clips in the middle of the episodes. Like, you know when they show a clip before the commercial comes, so you think like when the commercial comes back, this is what we're gonna see. They've been showing us over and over again these clips with Damond, Bonita, and Goddess. Like 2 weeks ago, they made it look like we were finally gonna see them all meet up. Didn't happen. They did that last week with different clips. Like, it looked like Bonita showed up at like an ice skating rink or some kind of arena and busted Goddess. They showed a clip of that. And then so I was like, ooh, it's about to happen. Then it didn't happen. And now they're showing a different clip this episode. They kept teasing it all episode. Well, I guess we finally see Bonita, Goddess, and Damond all meet up. And Bonita was like, hey, who is this to you? Is this your man? And she's like, yeah, this is my man. I love him. And Bonita threw water in Damond's face. She's like, tell me again, this is your man? And every time Goddess said yes, Bonita just kept pouring more water on Damond's face. And we only have a few episodes left, I think. So I really hope we finally get to see them all meet up. And since they're just now meeting up and they kind of dragged this out to the last episode, I feel like for sure they got to be coming back for Life After Lockup, because I'm sure they want to follow their story now that these 2 women know about each other. They better, in my opinion. And you also notice, not only do they keep like teasing us like we're about to see them all meet up these past 2 episodes, but they've also been teasing that couple we haven't met yet. And I think, just like I said in one of my videos, I felt like this couple was going to replace Carrington and Zay. I felt like since Carrington and Zay's story's already over, they're probably going to replace them. But the past 2 weeks, they had this couple, I can't remember their names, I'll pull up a picture of them. But that rock and roll looking guy that wears the eyeliner and little belly shirts they showed in the teaser, and that woman with the long blonde hair and she's like in her mid-50s. She's locked up because she got busted with a bunch of meth. They keep teasing them the past 2 weeks. Like, we're about to see them in an episode. Like, they'll show them at the beginning. Like, we see the couples at the beginning of the show and a little clip, like, who's going to be on the episode. They keep showing them, and they keep showing them before some of the commercials, but we have yet to meet them. So it's like, okay, are we just going to see their story unfold on Life After Lockup? Are we only going to see them in 1 or 2 seasons this episode? Like, what is really going on with them? But they've been teasing a lot of things this season and not showing it, so I'm just ready to see all this stuff that they've been showing us and finally see it unfold. But you guys let me know what you guys think about everything with Damond, Goddess, and Bonita in the comments below. And do you guys think that Goddess is really pregnant? I'm starting to think she's not. I could have swore, like, when she was live on her 4th of July, I could have swore I got a glimpse of her belly and she looked a little pregnant, but she looked turned up on 4th of July, and she was definitely smoking a few blunts the other day with Goddess, talking about how she's outside all summer, and I just don't feel like she would be doing all that if she was really pregnant. Like, but I will admit, I was confused when he said Goddess was pregnant to begin with, because I'm pretty sure it's the same clip that I shared, and I'll try to leave that video linked in the description. But the same video, it's on my IG and Facebook too, but the same video where, I'm pretty sure it's the same video where he said that Goddess was pregnant and hormonal, he was also saying, well, I'm picky, you know, I can't just go get with anybody because I don't want somebody who already has kids of their own, and he doesn't want to find somebody who wants to have more kids, you know, and it's hard to find people, like, especially when you get in your 30s or 40s, who don't already have kids, or if they don't, who don't at least want kids. So it's like, okay, if that's the case, then why are you knocking Goddess up? If you don't want to get somebody else pregnant, then why are you getting Goddess pregnant? It just didn't make no sense to me. But you guys let me know what you think about everything in the comments below, and thank you guys so much for watching.